I don't know how much of that you can say, but
Well, the investigation's over.
Oh, so we're good?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
This is the one I was told you about.
Okay, I
I
haven't heard
fucked
this
up
one
for a couple days. I have a body. I did an investigation on a guy for sleeping with a 12-year-old, and he unsubscribed.
Wait, is this stateside or are we talking about like
Stateside.
Okay.
Like, this happened last week. He unsubscribed from Life.
from life?
Because I stuck on an investigation that I could have stopped because it was going nowhere, but because I had time and it wasn't really like setting me back, I kept the investigation alive.
And most importantly, because he was guilty.
Well, I knew that if I could just get a certain piece of evidence, then it would lead me to him. It was just a waiting game.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's like, I'm not shitting on anybody. Like, I'm just saying that I decided that I was going to keep going on this case where I could have let it slide because I was hitting brick walls.
I was telling you for the audience sake that you didn't just, you're like, yeah, I made this guy, like, you knew he fucking done the...
Oh, he admitted to me. I'll tell the full story, but he chose to unsubscribe. So
Probably lead with what Brandon's for your career.
Yeah. Once you realize, like, oh,
He's guilty.
this guy's a fucking... Like, oh, all of a sudden I care a lot less about his side of the story.
It was a muscle like instinctive reaction on his part. Oh, you guys bully people off the internet. Wait do you see what I did? I bullied somebody off the planet.
So this guy cut me off.
I will never top that on Twitter. I just want you to know I will never top that.
So I'll try to make this short and sweet and give you the information that I think I'm allowed to give. Because once again, the investigation's over. But I was I got called to the hospital where a 12-year-old was this person went on the internet on a dating site and then met up with somebody on the dating site who was an older person.
So the 12-year-old was on a dating site.
12-year-old was on a dating site.
Jesus.
It happened. You'd be surprised how often that happens. Dude, the internet is a fucking scary place for fucking teenagers and underage kids. The amount of like blackmail that young men get because they'll send a dick pic to somebody that they met on Instagram. Like I'm talking like 10, 12, 14, 16, kids that are just like, going into puberty. And then they take that photo and then send them like a template that says, we will show your Instagram handle and your face and your dick that you sent us unless you give us money. Like, there are tons of teenagers that fall for that trap.
Yeah, my sister works with that shit all the time because she's child crimes unit.
Yeah.
So same shit. Dude.
So like, this kid has a fucking hard life, and because of that hard life made some bad decisions. Regardless, it's not like, oh, what a well-developed teenager. That young lady, oh, she looks like she's 8. No. She's a fucking 12-year-old. I don't want to give a physical description because I think that's too far, but she's an obvious 12-year-old.
Like prepubescent.
Yeah. Okay. Like goofy looking hair and face and awkward shit. If this person walked into the house, you'd be like,
12.
do you want to play? Are you here for Pokemon? That's wrong person to ask because
not like
Pokemon.
The 17-year-old with a fake ID, like it's straight up fucking very obvious.
Not
child.
an Akon situation.
And dude, this dating app, they were very helpful, but it was you want to go down a conspiracy thing? It was like borderline satanic. It was like devil horns and everything, and all about kinks and all fucked up. It was very weird. Anyway, so she gets on the dating app. She meets this older guy, which happens more often than you think. He picks her up, brings her home. They do the deed, drops her off back home with Uber. Fucking
there you go, tracking it now.
mistake one, motherfucker. So I'm unfortunately, and I don't want to give away too much, but there was because there's another investigation with this poor kid, and this one's and I think that one's done, but if it's not, either way, the kid was a mess, and it made the investigation very difficult. And we were like, I was specifically.
Just cooperation-wise, or like what?
I can't say. I can just say the kid was in rough shape because of what happened. And so that stonewalled my investigation, and I was kind of like stuck. So eventually what I was able to do, and I'm working with the district attorney's office, which were phenomenal, is I was able to get a warrant for Uber. And so Uber gave me the guy's email address, phone number, his name. And I was able to backtrack that, figure out if he had a registered vehicle, if he had a driver's license, which state, what were the addresses, and I had several addresses. And then before I went home that day, I just jumped in my truck and started driving around and going to these different locations to see if I could find his shit. And I found his car. And I was like, there's his fucking car. Oh. And I see it, and it's parked in apartment number so-and-so spot. And I'm like, oh, that matches with something else that I have. So I get another detective with me, and I think it was the following day. I'm like, hey, I got to interview this guy. It's called a non-custodial interview, which means if you're not in custody, what don't you have to read, Cody?
Your Miranda rights.
You don't have to read them their Miranda rights. So people are more
That was the
open.
law school. I was like,
Yeah.
I was shooting in the dark. I was thinking the same thing. But
Yeah.
I get
Pledge
so
of
turned on.
Allegiance.
It's not immigration law. I'll ask you those questions.
I get so turned on when you're talking about being a cop actually doing police work, real police work to help people. It's
Hey.
super cool.
Even when I was going after gangs and guns, like the ATF guys that were with me were like going after bad guys. The ATF division in Buffalo is phenomenal.
Some of those guys really do like good work. Like, not to take the
Tell us about the ATF, Brendan.
not to take the side of the ATF on fucking literally anything, but like there are like legitimate
Yeah, there's-
roles that they play as far
There's
as like
door kickers in there that go after gang members and
Yeah.
aren't like trying to screw businesses over because they put a 1 instead of a 0 at the end of a
Form.
arson
form.
investigations, things where there's like a real victim. It's like, well, yeah, there's like real shit there, but like, yeah, no, but there are also plenty of paper pushers that just want to like fucking take out mom and pop businesses,
Make
and
their
just fuck you
careers
over.
fucking.
Yeah, bureaucrats.
Yeah.
Did the arm brace touch? The arm brace touched. I'm gonna put you in fucking prison.
Yeah, now my career is going to advance.
So speaking of bad touch,
Oh God.
so I interview.
Fucking why?
I'll myself if I don't make jokes about it. So take that, YouTube. So my buddy and I interview the guy, and it's always like a game to me to be like to try and get him, even if like that's how I kind of stay sane. Is if a kid gets touched or there's the potential of a kid getting touched, we do interviews to see whether or not the kid makes some sort of statement that something happened, and if they don't, then I'm like, sweet, then nothing happened. False alarm. Nobody's upset. That's great. But if a kid is and he gives like a statement that something happened, I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going to get this dude. So it's like, it's a weird way to say win-win, you know, but it's a way that I'm like, all right, I've got focus to try and get this bad guy, right? Anywho, we talked to dude. We're like, hey, buddy, let's get out here. Let's talk a little bit about some stuff.
Yeah, you're his friend right now.
I went through, I want to get this guy, on your podcast. It's not my place to put guys on your podcast, but he's absolutely brilliant. And he came in and taught our entire detective division how to do interviews over the past year. And he's an old MI5 guy and did undercover work in the IRA and was busting like bomb placers in the IRA. And I'd love to get him on here.
Dude, 100%.
Dude, he's
super interesting.
And all he does is teach how to interview now. And when I tell you, he'll get you to talk just by
guiding you
and listening. He fucking creeped me out when we were in class. Holy shit, did he scare the shit out of me. Anyway, so I'm using these
I don't think I want him on the podcast now.
He's got some stories. He's very unique.
An hour in, Brandon's crying.
We admit to some shit on the podcast. I didn't think I wanted
He
to
comes
say.
on the podcast and just slowly puts a Burger King crown on Cody.
Oh, no, I was saying get him and Christian Crackhead on.
Oh, I told
That
him
would
about
be
Chris.
very
Yeah.
fun.
I was like, you should meet him because they were. I bet you that they have the same friends.
Yeah.
I bet you they have the same friends.
fucking wild.
So I interview this guy, and part of the interview techniques are like you be honest with them with what you can. If you lie to them, that doesn't really help, and it also doesn't really make you look good. You can absolutely do it. There's nothing wrong with it. But one of the ways that you tell the truth is I go, hey, man, I'm investigating this woman and her relationships that she had with people, potentially online, but any of her relationships, which is true. But also keyword there is I'm saying woman, not child, right? And no Miranda rights because he can leave at any time. It's a non-custodial interview. And he admits that he has sex with her. I show him a photo. He's like, yep, yeah, that's her. She used a different name, but yeah, that's her. I'm like, sweet.
What is his incentive to be doing this? Right? Why is he being so open?
Because he's helping me investigate her.
What
He's
is
not
she
helping me
what is she
investigate
under
himself.
What's she under investigation for as far as like
Can't talk about that. I can only tell you that I'm investigating her and the relationships that she's been having with other men.
Well, so he just openly admitted to fucking a minor.
People want to help. He didn't know that. Well, he knew. He knew. You know what's amazing is a lot of want to talk. I don't know why. It's like they want to get it off their chest. They want to say the quiet thing out loud. I don't know why, but a lot of them want to talk.
They want to show it's a show of power. It's like Mr. Swirly Face. I think we might have touched base on that.
The Photoshop guy, the swirl that was like a serial.
Yeah, serial. Yeah. And then they unswirled it to find like 5 years of investigation. FBI was like, wait, what happens if we reverse swirl? His face just came perfectly into picture. It was like, oh, that's the guy.
So were you doing the Django Unchained thing where you don't go there to buy the Mandingo? No, seriously.
I go there to buy
you're not going there to fucking buy his wife. You're going there to buy the biggest Mandingo. So like you're talking about the woman, this, and this.
I'm talking about the Mandingo,
and they're going to reveal. Yeah, they're going to reveal the wife, Django's wife, on the side. Like that's investigatory.
Does Buffalo PD have a wood chipper?
But not necessary.
Fuck. All
Not
right.
when I'm on the job.
So
Apparently.
you didn't go there to buy the farm. You went there to buy the cow.
That's right. But I was talking about the farm. So I'm talking about the thing that I'm investigating, right? But I'm not lying to him when I'm saying that it's not him. Yeah, I'm not really investigating you. I'm investigating the relationship, which is absolutely true. I don't give a shit about you. I give a shit about what the relationship was between you and her, right? So it's the truth, and he makes these admissions, and then he made what I think is probably. I'll just say what he said.
A life-ending mistake, maybe.
I'll just say what he said, and then you can say what you feel about it. He said, like, yeah, we didn't really have sex. We had sexual relations, and I'm like, okay, what's that mean? And he goes, well, I received oral sex from her, and I go, okay, with a condom? And he's like, yeah, with a condom. You get a blowjob with a condom? Yeah. Has anybody ever fucking done that? Not with a hooker? Like the second I heard him, and I looked at my partner and we both had like this moment where we're like, well, that's fucking horse shit. You had a blowjob with a condom on? Well, okay. All right. Whatever. Apparently, I am far darker than you guys because that's exactly where my head went, and nobody here is like, oh yeah, that's bullshit. Anyway.
I mean, I
was with you.
Yeah, no.
I was agreeing with that.
That sounds like the laziest attempt to reel back what he said.
Oh, and it's exactly what he did.
Sav really loves latex. We do it all.
The flavor of Trojan rimmed. Nothing like chewing on a bubblegum wrapper for 10 minutes. That's great.
It's like sucking on a balloon animal. That's what.
Basically. The most disappointing balloon animal.
Like sucking on the tread on the side of the road that's supposed to wake you up if you fall asleep.
So we leave. We leave him from questioning.
Glad you enjoyed that, Nick.
You pull back fast. It's like a little ripcord.
It's like ripping a Beyblade. Oh, this is really funny in any other context.
Yeah, sorry to bring it down. Don't worry. The end.
The payoff.
Well, there's a funny spot after the end.
Really?
So we leave, we go back, and just like anything, when you get like an admission of guilt, you're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And so we go back, I talk with the ADA, and we decide like, sweet, we're not going to ask him any more questions. He's said enough. He's already trying to back out of stuff. Let's get a search warrant for his phone. We'll get in his phone and see what's in his phone. So there's two types of search warrants that you need to get in somebody's phone, right? One, you need a search warrant to collect the evidence, to grab the phone. They need a search warrant to get in the phone, right? If they don't give you permission. Jailbreaking, or whatever you want to call it, busting into an iPhone takes a long time, weeks, right? So what you want to do is you want to get them to sign a permission to search. Even, doesn't matter when, as long as he gives you the code and says you can look in it, that's going to make it so much faster. So I'm like, sweet. I call him up. I'm like, hey, dude, why don't you come over? I want to, I got to talk to you for a second. Stop by. He's like, okay. So he comes over, and my buddy, whose nickname, he's 6'4" and over 3. He's like over 350. He's slimmed down from over 400 pounds. His nickname is the Slim Reaper because he's massive. But his nickname is the Slim Reaper because he's had 3 guys closed the investigation for him. And I've said this before. We call it a baptized in the Niagara River. He's had 2 guys walk into the Niagara River during December and just like drown themselves because he was like, "Hey, what's going on? You touched a kid. I'm the investigator." And they were like, "Sweet."
Oh,
took a dip.
my hero.
Right.
Not that I have much sympathy for those people, but that is, we were talking about this a little yesterday. That is a wild way to kill yourself.
Drowning?
Is to intentionally drown yourself in a fucking river.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Niagara River is
crazy.
Rough too. It took a police officer,
fuck.
one of our divers. His safety line got cut. We don't know what happened.
Fuck.
But his safety line got cut and he drowned years
No
ago.
shit.
Yeah, good guy too. But
This guy, totally off the topic of that diver, and I mean that's awful that it happened. But the fact that 2 people have done this in the Niagara River, this guy deserves like a medal from the fucking Buffalo.
What are the odds he's doing it?
what's that?
What are the odds that
Slim's
tossing motherfuckers?
He's dextering people.
It's a public service.
He does have the tism, so he could Dexter the shit out of these people and be like, "That's what happened."
I'm just saying, and tell me if that's too far to say as a joke, but
he just chucks him in at 350, slim down 350
Yeah.
pounds.
Right? Well, the one guy didn't, so I mean, at least that guy might not have been him.
Jesus Christ.
Like how you say, like, "Oh, he walked in," or he was politely tossed in. Who knows?
Politely tossed.
respectfully.
Sir, I apologize for this.
They
But
politely fucking drowned.
He doesn't have to throw him in. He just like, get in, jump.
so that comes in. That comes in.
That's some true detective shit right there, man.
It's like the accountant shit where he's just like, hey, we could do some awful shit to you and your wife, or you could just take all that insulin.
Yep.
Anyways, your friend's rad.
So my friend's awesome. He's great, and eventually he's going to go to homicide very soon. I hope he's stellar.
I hope.
Love you, Biddy. And so he's down there with me talking to this guy as he comes in, and I'm about to take his phone, and this guy's talking in fucking circles. Like, "Hey, bud, listen, I'd like to know if you'd give me your phone so I can look through it." "Oh, do I need a lawyer? Do I blah? Hey, you can have whatever you want, man. I'm just asking you, would you like to freely give up your phone? Because I want that permission to search.
Yeah.
I want to make it easier for the investigation." Well, 20 minutes of it, and like my buddy's like looking at me like, "Dude, fucking just give him the warrant. I'm over this." And I'm like, "All right, will you give me your phone, yes or no?" "Oh, wait. Will you give me your phone, yes or no?" "Well, here's a search warrant." "Oh, you were going to take my phone anyway?" "Yes." "Can I look through my phone?" "Oh, no. I gave you the search warrant. That phone is mine now, even though it's in your hands. Give me the phone." He's like, "Okay." And he goes, "Well, I still want to show that I'm helping out the investigation." I was like, "Sign this permission to search. Give me your passcode and let me go in the phone." And he's like, and this is when I was like, "There's something on this fucking phone." He goes, "So like, what are you gonna look at? Like, what do you look at?" I'm like, "Well, we download your entire phone and we look at your entire phone." Like, we were like, "What do you mean look at my entire phone?" I go, "Everything. I look at your entire phone." He goes, like, "What do you take off of it? Like, there's personal information on there." I go, "Listen, I'm going to look at your entire phone, everything in it. And if you got a dick pic with your girlfriend, or there's a sex video with you and another, like somebody that's what, I don't care. If it has to do with the case, we'll keep it. If it doesn't, we won't. But I'm going to look in your entire phone." And he's like, "Okay." So he signs the permission to search. And then I go upstairs and I turn in the phone and I start writing my notes for the case. And then the next day, I'm notified homicide is at my guy's apartment. And I'm like, why is homicide? I know why. But why is homicide at my guy's apartment? And I fucking call up the homicide detective that's there. And I'm like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" I go, "Yep." He's like, "Well, he's dead." And I'm like, "Really? What happened?" He goes, "Well, he wrote a letter and he sent a text message for somebody needs to come to my house and check me out. I'll see you later." And he's gone.
They did not, in fact, see him later.
Well, they did, just not alive.
Now, was it an easy death for himself?
I can't tell. I don't feel like I can say how he did it.
We can cut this part and then we can give reactions.
Yeah. So we'll cut this part out. We can get reactions. He
Whoa!
And then
and now I assume that he missed the first time because this is assumption. I don't know for a fact, but there's two points I don't want to, because I'm trying to make sure that I can say the story without having all this deleted shit.
I mean, on the plus side, at least he cooperated with the investigation enough to fucking...
You can keep that part in there.
Open and shut case, boys.
So back to recording.
He did the ultimate cooperation.
Yeah, I don't want to cost the
close-
taxpayers any money.
Yeah.
I don't want... Yeah.
Literally, it's the investigation's over, and you're like, oh, case closed.
Yep.
So
He became a member of Doge for 3 minutes.
That's how you cut government spending.
really
right there.
So,
Oh, man.
story ends on
Save the taxpayers a lot of money.
My face hurts. I've been smiling so much.
The reaction to how it happened, and you're just like, what?
What's funny is that people are going to like take little sections of this out of context, but we're just over here laughing over the death of a fucking...
We need a morbid R-rated version of Scooby-Doo with Rich.
Oh my God.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
When you get them to yank their own mask
Oh my
off.
God.
You've got some holes to fill now. Oh my God.
Everything was going good until Rich showed up.
Yeah.
It was old man Jenkins again.
So I'm glad. So it caught me off guard. So the day I was actually kind of fucked up because I talked to this guy, I met with him. Like my investigation, his actions led to his death, but my investigations, pushed him over the edge. So it was kind of fucked up for a day or two because I met him, I talked to him, there was a relationship, even though he was the suspect. So it fucked me up for a day or two.
Did you like hand hurt from all the high fives you got from like other detectives
Nope.
or anything? I'm sorry. That was
No,
fucked up.
that was fine. No, I'm saying. So, remember how I said that my friend got a nickname, the Slim Reaper, because
God.
3 guys took themselves out?
What's yours?
I now have an unofficial nickname, and it's called the Influencer.
Like the influencer, and then cuts to you on CNN throwing up a fucking rainbow.
Which I want you to know, I changed your name in my phone to that after we
Oh my God. I need to change mine now.
It used to be Rich Angry Cops. Now it's Rich the Influencer.
So, somebody told me, quote unquote, the influencer, like and subscribe. And then I said, more like unsubscribe from life.
Hey, that's the name of the movie.
That's the name of the movie.